Our story kicks off in the luxurious Kim family's living room, where the air is thicker than expensive cologne and twice as suffocating. Ho Kim, the family's patriarch and legendary hero, sits across from our antagonist Jaerim, with the intensity of a man about to change someone's entire life. Jaerim, Ho Kim begins, his voice carrying decades of authority. Would you consider joining the civilian fostering system? Now, for anyone just tuning in, the civilian fostering system is basically a hero boot camp for regular folks. Just imagine turning your neighborhood barista into a crime fighter, and you've got the idea. Ho Kim is completely convinced Jaerim would make an incredible hero, especially after witnessing his determination to save Ihun during what he thought was a real kidnapping. Little does Papa Kim know, our boy Jaerim is playing 4D chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. With the finesse of a master diplomat declining a poisoned chalice, Jaerim politely refuses. My intention isn't to save everyone, he states, with perfect conviction. Only Ihun is my priority. Oh, if they only knew what his real priorities were. Meanwhile, Ihun, the family's resident tech genius, is practically bursting with pride as he reports on his Oscar-worthy kidnapping performance. This guy was so methodical, he actually went to crack their home security barrier to make it believable. Ho Kim, ever the responsible grandfather, immediately orders him to patch it up. But here's where it gets juicy. Jaerim is internally furious because he was planning to exploit that later. Imagine planning the perfect heist only to watch your target fix their own security flaw right in front of you. The secondhand frustration is unreal. The conversation takes a fascinating turn when Jaerim inquires about Hyun's mysterious gadget, the one that temporarily shuts down Ho Kim's transformation abilities. It's still in beta testing, but it can nullify superpowers for several minutes. You can practically see the gears turning in Jaerim's brilliant mind. This technology could be his greatest weapon or his ultimate downfall. As the night winds down for the family, Jaerim finally gets some precious alone time. In the privacy of his room, he connects with his most loyal subordinate, K. And the guy, when I say loyal, I mean golden retriever levels of devotion. While K reports concerning detail, the security barrier is way too advanced for infiltration, but our cunning antagonist had a solution. He collected fragments earlier during the fake kidnapping, like some criminal archaeologists. Here, take these to Jay for analysis, he instructs. We need to find a way to bring down that barrier. The chapter ends with Ho Kim speaking to a mysterious figure with glowing white eyes, the legendary Chief Hero Evaluator. The chess pieces are slowly moving into position, and Jaerim's double life is about to get a whole lot more complicated. His name is Yeongwon Choi, the Chief Hero Evaluator with eyes that glow like LED lights and the authority to make or break superhero careers. This man decides who gets the cape and who gets sent home. Yeongwon Choi, let's diplomatically say concerned about Ho Kim's civilian hero program. His expression screams training normal people to be heroes. What could possibly go wrong? But even Mr. Skeptical has to admit there's something intriguing about Jaerim. Ho Kim is practically gushing, calling our antagonist close to his ideal hero. Meanwhile, Ihun overhears this conversation and is floored. Jaerim? A hero candidate? The disbelief is written across his face like permanent marker. And so begins what I'd like to call Operation How to Drive Someone Insane in 24 Hours. The Kim's family round-the-clock protection detail starts. Ihun escorts Jaerim to work, and the moment they step into the office, it's like watching a Broadway musical. Jay and the entire villain organization are in full innocent employee mode, bowing with the enthusiasm of backup dancers at a K-pop concert. Jaerim's thinking, this is ridiculously over the top. But hey, whatever keeps the suspicions level down, right? Ihun, his heroic heart, genuinely asks if Jaerim gets a power trip from having such obedient employees. Our master manipulator deflects smoother than silk, explaining they're just showing respect to a hero, referring to Ihun. Then comes the lecture. You're a civilian, Jaerim. Leave the danger to us professionals. The awkwardness is so thick you can cut it with a knife. Desperate to escape, Jaerim pulls out what I can only describe as a social emergency button.
Enters Q with documents for Jaerim.
Q tries to create a diversion by asking Ihun out for coffee, and here's where our hero shows his true character. Despite being clearly smitten by her, he declines because duty comes first. Respect, Ihun. Respect. No simp energy. Then comes pure comedy gold. A light reflection from a nearby building catches Ihun's attention, and his hero instincts explode into overdrive. He tackles Jaerim to the ground like a Secret Service agent thinking it's a sniper. It turns out it wasn't even a sniper. Jaerim, on the floor now, disheveled and annoyed with Ihun, while Ihun turns redder than a fire hydrant. Little do they know, Yun-Li is watching from that same building with his mini telescope, testing Jaerim's reactions. Ladies and gentlemen, Ihun has officially lost his mind. He has evolved from protective bodyguard to helicopter parent on maximum overdrive. We're talking weapons-grade paranoia here. This man is checking Jaerim's business documents for razor blades. Razor blades! Like he's expecting origami ninjas to leap out of quarterly reports. He's deducting imaginary hero points every time Jaerim breathes without permission. Jaerim is climbing the walls with annoyance, between Ihun barging into meetings like the Kool-Aid Man and growing army of hero fans camping outside the office. Productivity has gone out the window and jumped off the cliff. When does this evaluation end? Jaerim finally snaps, his patience thinner than tissue paper. In a moment of divine mercy, Jaerim convinces Ihun to wait outside during a crucial meeting. Finally, some breathing room to plan actual villain activities. With his overzealous guardian temporarily sidelined, Jaerim coordinates with his team to target Y, the former right-hand man of Z, the most fearsome villain, until Jaerim took him out of the equation permanently. Y has teleportation abilities and is conducting a drug deal at 4 p.m., but he's not flying solo. There's a mystery figure involved, someone from Jaerim's shadowy past. Meanwhile, Q works her magic on the waiting Ihun with tea and a feminine charm. When she reaches out to brush an eyelash from his cheek, our stoic hero practically melts him to the floor. But while Ihun is busy having his adorable romantic moment, Jaerim makes his great escape through a back exit like a ninja in a business suit. The moment Ihun realizes what happened, he rushes to the window and spots Jaerim's car disappearing into traffic. And what does our dedicated protector do? He jumps out of the top floor window while screaming at the top of his lungs, "Jaerim, wait for me!" From protective detail to full-blown stalker behavior in under 24 hours, I think that might be a world record, folks. In a display of superhero athletics that would make Olympic gymnasts weep with envy, Ihun lands directly in front of Jaerim's moving car like the world's most dramatic crossing guard. Jaerim, at his absolute wit's end, can only stare at Ihun jokingly, scolds him for the escape attempt. It's just the first day, Ihun says with a cheerful grin, bound to mess with your routine. Oh, if he only knew just how much he's disrupting Jaerim's other routines. As they drive toward the rendezvous point, with Jay providing drone support from above, Jaerim attempts some casual interrogation. "So, you interested in Q?" he probes with the subtlety of a detective novel protagonist. Ihun's response is professionally disciplined. Can't show personal feelings while on guard duty. Totally get it. The conversation shifts to hero evaluators, and Jaerim demonstrates impressive knowledge of the system. These evaluators assess both candidates and current heroes. Fail their standards and your superhero career gets permanently grounded. Here comes the jaw-dropping reveal. The chief evaluator has been personally watching Jaerim. Word travels fast in the hero community, and Hokim's recommendation has put our villain antagonist directly in the spotlight. In a surprisingly heartfelt exchange, Ihun expresses his genuine concern. He doesn't want Jaerim to become a hero. He wants him safe, living a normal civilian life with Ihun, far away from the front lines of danger. It's enough to make even a hardened villain's heart skip a beat. They arrive at a meeting point, a sketchy shipping yard that looks a lot like it was designed by someone who exclusively watches crime thrillers. While Ihun conducts a security sweep, armed guards surrounded a truck loaded with contraband. Y spots Ihun's Council of Heroes uniform makes what might be the worst tactical decision of his career. Kill him, he orders. What follows is like watching a one-man army in action. Many men shoot hundreds of rounds unleashed upon Ihun, but his protective watch deploys an energy shield blocking every shot. His counterattack is swift and devastating. His air blast ability slices clean through a henchman's arm like a laser through butter. Y refuses to back down though, teleporting directly behind Ihun for close quarters combat. And Jaerim's contribution to this life or death battle? He sits in his car like he's got front row seats to dinner theater, munching metaphorically popcorn and doing absolutely nothing to help. Because why would the secret villain help the hero fight another villain? The irony is chef's kiss. In perhaps the most telling moment of his true character, Jaerim doesn't just watch the fight. He drives away, abandoning Ihun to face Y alone. The look of pure betrayal and disbelief on Ihun's face is absolutely priceless. What follows is a classic hero versus villain showdown that belongs in Superhero Hall of Fame. Ihun's air blast meets Y's teleportation in a deadly dance of power and strategy. Just when Y seems to gain the upper hand, appearing behind Ihun with a knife, that protective watch saves the day, nullifying the attack and allowing for a devastating counterblast. But Y is cunning and experienced. He focuses on destroying Ihun's defenses, shattering the protective watch in a brutal close combat, before putting the hero in a chokehold. Here's where we dive into Y's tragic origin story. As Z's right-hand man, he was brutally personified, showing zero mercy to his victims. When he learned of Z's death at the hands of an unknown killer, he vowed to unleash his master's forgotten wrath upon the world. And that mysterious prison guard who keeps on releasing dangerous criminals, the same one who freed Kane in earlier episodes, someone is definitely playing a very dangerous game here. Just when defeat seems inevitable, Ihun unleashes his full power. They don't call him Airshot for nothing, folks. His devastating blast sends Y into shipping containers, followed by a maximum overpowered attack that literally shreds every part of this villain's body. As Ihun reports the incident to the Council of Heroes, mentioning Jaerim's escape, Y overhears everything. With his dying breath and remaining power, he teleports directly into Jaerim's car. Picture this, Jaerim thinking he's safely escaping the hero-villain battle, then suddenly finds himself face to face with a half-dead, completely desperate, and probably very angry right-hand man of his former victim. Talk about jumping from into the frying pan and into a volcanic eruption. Now we get to witness something truly spectacular, Jaerim in full villain mode. Folks, is absolutely terrifying in the best possible way. The chapter opens with Jaerim casually chatting with Jay on the phone, probably sounding like he's discussing weekend plans, while a half-dead villain literally lurks in the backseat like a discount horror movie monster. Jay reports successful neutralization of a trailing evaluator, keeping Jaerim's double life secure. Meanwhile, he's located another deal site with armed guards, because apparently peaceful negotiations aren't really a thing in this universe. Here's where Jaerim drops the ultimate bombshell. His real target isn't the random drug deals or petty crime. His ultimate prize? Ho Kim himself, the legendary patriarch, one of the top 3 candidates for most powerful heroes. We're talking about taking down superhero royalty, and Jaerim is planning it like a Sunday picnic. But the plot thickens. Even more, Jaerim reveals he knows about the mysterious prison releases, and it's not just some corrupt guard with gambling debts. A hero from another family is orchestrating everything. The web of deception runs deeper than the Mariana Trench, and honestly, I'm absolutely here for this level of complexity. While Jaerim is having his villainous phone conversation, Y decides to make his move, lunging forward from the backseat of what he probably thinks will be the sweet revenge he asked for. Biggest mistake ever. What happens next is why they call Jaerim the Executioner. His aura literally changes the atmosphere of the car. The air itself seems to tremble with fear and power. And with one arm, just one, Jaerim reaches back, grabs Y by the shirt, and launches him through the windshield with the force of a human catapult. The sheer display of raw power is absolutely mind-blowing. We're talking about the strength that puts the most actual superheroes to shame, and he does it with such casual ease of swatting a mosquito.
But our ruthless antagonist isn't done just yet. He orders Jae to eliminate Ihun while he investigates another deal location. Cold, calculated, and absolutely terrifying in its efficiency. Meanwhile, Ihun, bless this dedicated man, he uses his airshot ability to literally launch himself hundreds of feet through the air, landing perfectly in front of Jaerim's car like a human missile with perfect aim. Except, the car is empty. Ihun's worst fears seem confirmed. He believes he's too late, that Y has gotten to Jaerim. Oh boy, if he only knew the truth about who the real predator is in this situation. We cut to the next scene, and I'm absolutely losing it here, people. We see Y looking like he just woke up from the most confusing and painful dream of his entire existence. And then, smack! Jaerim literally slaps the consciousness back into him. Can you imagine waking up hoping everything was just a nightmare, only to find yourself face to face with the executioner himself? And he's got that "we need to have a little chat" expression on his face. In true villain fashion, Jaerim presents Y with the classic choice: join me or die. Simple, direct, and absolutely terrifying in its clarity. Poor Y doesn't really have much to wiggle. It's like being asked if you prefer chocolate cake or a firing squad. The answer's pretty obvious. And here comes the real bombshell that changes everything. There's a hero behind all these prison releases. Yeongwon Choi from the Sujoy Choi family. And folks, this man has serious drip. We're talking about gold chains, magician aesthetics, K-pop looking hairstyle, probably the kind of guy who makes dramatic entrances with smoke effects and glitter cannons. He's the real deal, and the chicks dig him. What absolutely blows my mind about these chapters is how perfectly they balance comedy, action, and genuine plot development. We've gone from family dinners to prison conspiracies, from protective details to epic battles, from fake kidnappings to real ultimatums. Jaerim's evolution from convincing boyfriend to revealed executioner is masterfully crafted. Every scene adds another layer to his complex character, and the dramatic irony of Ihun trying to protect the very person everyone should be protected from. It's absolutely brilliant storytelling. The introduction of Yeongwon Choi as a gold chain-wearing puppet master opens up incredible possibilities. We've got hero families with hidden agendas, prison conspiracies involving multiple parties, and an antagonist who somehow managed to stay 10 steps ahead while maintaining his perfect cover. The stakes have never been higher. Jaerim has now Y as a reluctant ally, Ho-Kim is in his crosshairs, and a mysterious magician hero potentially pulling strings from the shadows. Meanwhile, poor Ihun is still completely oblivious to the fact that he's trying to protect a wolf from a pack of sheep. What happens when these carefully constructed lies start to unravel? How long can Jaerim maintain his double life with so many moving pieces? And what exactly is Yeongwon Choi's endgame in all this chaos? What do you think about these incredible plot developments? Are you team Jaerim's master plan, or do you think he's biting off more than he can chew? Drop your theories in the comments below. And seriously, if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because this series is just getting started, and trust me, you do not want to miss what our devilish son-in-law has planned for his future family. Because when you're infiltrating the most powerful hero family while secretly being one of the most dangerous villains alive, every family dinner becomes a potential battlefield, and every I love you becomes a masterpiece of deception. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next breakdown, where we'll dive deeper into his incredible web of lies, power, and family drama that just keeps getting better. Until then, keep theorizing, keep speculating, and remember, in the world of Devilish Son-in-Law, the person you trust the most just might be planning your downfall. Groovy Senpai signing out.